All right, this is kind of an interesting topic. Probably one that you're not going to find just a million. It's not live scope, so everybody calm down. It's not a million discussions about this, but I think it's really important. And a lot of people ask me questions about it. Treble hooks. So what's your favorite? An EWG design or a round bend design? We're going to talk about that for a minute. So when you look at treble hooks, obviously you have most EWG designs are going to be a shorter shank, and most round bend designs are going to be a standard shank. Now, one very simple thing that you need to keep in mind, and from all of my fishing over all these years, I feel like this is a true proven statement. The round bend treble hook is going to penetrate a fish the easiest. It penetrates better than an EWG. An EWG treble hook is going to hold a fish. And what I mean by that is once you get the hook in the fish, it's going to typically hold a fish better than the round bend. Don't know why. That's just kind of always been the case. You know, these are the two treble hooks that BKK is offering. These are the Spear series. The round bend is the Spear 21. The EWG is the Spear 71. Both are the SS coated, super slick coated, super awesome treble hooks. But why would you use one over the other? And let me say this in this video. Y'all tell me in your comments which ones you like. You know, I want to hear from y'all. That's the whole reason we're having these conversations. And if you have any questions I don't answer, feel free to ask them. But I'm going to take y'all through when I open my treble hook box up, because my treble hook box contains both. But when I open it up, what makes me reach for one or the other? So it's really, for me, it's really not that complicated. When I'm throwing a open water bait, like a jerk bait, like a topwater bait, like this wake bait, even cranking, but I'm not cranking like brush piles with this bait. I'm just cranking, you know, hard cover, say a hard spot, shell beds, rip wrap, things like that. 9 times out of 10, it's a good rule of thumb that I'm going to use a round bend treble hook. And the reason for that is, in those situations, I'm not fishing real thick cover. The fish get a good opportunity to oftentimes look at the bait before they strike the bait. Even though these are reaction style baits, in that open water environment, those fish still get to analyze it more than they would in real thick cover. So often, I think in those situations, when the fish are not real active, you get a lot of fish that nip your bait. And because the round bend penetrates easier, I think I hook a lot more of those fish that don't just engulf the bait. And I'm not fishing in real thick cover, so the shank length, and we're going to get into that in a minute, but the shank length is not an issue. The other thing I like about the round bends, say on a jerk bait or on a crankbait in open water, say I get a fish that runs up and he just kisses the back hook of this jerk bait. We've all had this happen. And you feel him get it, you pull into it, the fish comes up, makes his first jump, and you see the whole bait sticking out of its mouth, and you think, oh my gosh, I'm never going to catch this one, because I barely got him. These round bend trebles, when that happens, give you, because they penetrate easier, they give you a far better chance at having this bait come in contact with maybe the side of that fish or the bottom of his jaw, or touch him somewhere during the fight, and you actually end up, if you're using a really good sharp treble, when you hook the fish and you first saw it, it had one hook in the corner of its mouth. By the time you get the fish to the boat, you've got either 2 sets of hooks or maybe even 3 sets of hooks in the fish. That will happen more often with round bend hooks than it will with the EWG hooks. Now, the flip side of that scenario, EWG hooks. You know, this is the Spear 71. This is the EWG, and we showed it a while ago, and you can obviously see that the shank on the 71 is substantially shorter than it is on the 21. 21 is a round band, 71 is the EWG. You stand them up, you can see. These are both size 4s, much shorter. Okay, why would I reach in there and get myself an EWG? I've just told you all the benefits of the round band, and I know it sounds great. It's the best penetrating hook. It's easier to get more hooks in a fish during the fight. There's a lot of benefits to the EWG, but to the round bend. But the EWG over the round bend scenario for me is so often when I'm fishing in cover. You know, a while ago we talked about the round bend hook, in that I'm primarily using it on jerk baits and top waters and crankbaits, and I'm just fishing on hard spots. Well, now I'm going to tie me on a crankbait that I'm going to fire off into the heart of a laydown tree, or I'm going to fire, you know, around a whole bunch of stumps all day long. That's when I'm going to go to the EWG bait or EWG hook. Couple of things about the EWG short shank. For one, because of the short shank, you can go to a much larger size hook and it not tangle. You know, if you put size 4 round bends on this bait, they would interlock. The short shank EWG will not interlock, so I can use a bigger size hook. The other thing about the EWG, like I told you earlier in the conversation, what I think the big benefit of the EWG over the round bend is that once you get the EWG into a fish, you have the fish hooked. The EWG, I truly do believe, does hold the best. For me, when I can get a fish to truly react, and what I mean by that is element of surprise, the bait, it's either get it or it's gone. The bait comes by the fish, and the fish has to just simply react and eat the bait. Those fish will so often just completely engulf. You hear the word choked used a lot in our industry. That's when they will choke that bait. If a bass chokes a bait with these EWG trebles on it, 99% of the time, you're going to catch that bass. He's not going to jump and come off. These hooks hold so much better. The short shank also holds the hook up higher. So when the bait's coming over limbs and through cover, I'm going to hang a lot less with this bait. So it gives me the confidence to throw this bait deeper into the heart of cover and generate those reaction bites. Now, all that being said, there is situations where I will reverse the page here. I'm not saying this is the law, and that's why I said, you know, y'all comment and tell me what y'all think. But in my opinion and in my experience over the years, that's where I'm at with this. Open water baits, jerk baits, top water baits, things of that nature, I'm a round bend guy. When I'm fishing in the heart of cover and I'm generating just reaction bites, I'm an EWG guy. You know, that's pretty much how it goes down for me. But I hope this helps y'all with your treble hook selection. I've had a lot of y'all reach out to me asking, hey man, do you like the EWG trebles? Hey man, do you like the round bend trebles? Guys, I like both. They both have a place. They're both in my boat 365 days out of the year. You just have to kind of learn when you feel like one is better than the other, because they definitely both have a place. They definitely should be both should be part of your arsenal, and they're definitely both beneficial at different times. But that's my take on the EWG versus the round bend. Y'all let me know what y'all think.